This video will cover the U.S. Naval Criminal Investigative Service, or NCIS for short, as my shirt suggests. And I'm not referring to the TV show NCIS. I'm referring to the actual federal law enforcement agency, NCIS. Although with that being said, the TV show is actually a really great show. It's one of my favorite shows. If you guys haven't watched it, you should definitely watch it. But I know you guys don't want to hear me yap all day about what's my favorite show or not. So, anyways, without further ado, I'm Nicholas, and this is the Law Enforcement Agency Information Channel. The U.S. Naval Criminal Investigative Service, or NCIS for short, is a civilian-staffed investigative United States federal law enforcement agency that falls under the U.S. Department of the Navy, or DON for short, which falls under the U.S. Department of Defense, or DOD for short. The NCIS is responsible for investigating federal crimes involving within or against the U.S. Department of the Navy. This includes the individual agencies within the U.S. Department of the Navy, such as the U.S. Navy, the U.S. Marine Corps, and much more. Now, since the majority of crimes regarding the Navy, or for that matter, any branch of the military, are federal, the NCIS and other federal military investigative agencies have an even broader jurisdiction. Specific federal crimes that the NCIS investigates include murder of Department of the Navy personnel, arson on Department of the Navy property, economic crimes regarding the Department of the Navy, bank robberies on Department of the Navy funded banks, intelligence threats towards the Department of the Navy, economic crimes regarding the Department of the Navy, terroristic threats regarding the Department of the Navy, drug trafficking, human trafficking, gun trafficking, etc. Again, all these crimes must regard the Department of the Navy in some way in order for the NCIS to get involved. As you can see, a lot of the crimes that a lot of the duties of the NCIS revolve around criminal investigations, counterintelligence, counterterrorism, and that kind of stuff. However, with that being said, they are also responsible for protecting the Secretary of the Navy, the Chief of Naval Operations, the Commandant of the Marine Corps, and, of course, the Director of the NCIS. That's really it for their main responsibilities. Founded in 1993, the NCIS is the preceding agency of the Naval Investigative Service, or NIS for short, which was basically a civilian-staffed investigative federal law enforcement agency founded in 1966 that fell under the Office of Naval Intelligence, or ONI for short. The NIS was responsible for investigating major intelligence, terroristic, and wartime threats within or towards the U.S. Navy and the U.S. Marine Corps. It played a crucial role during the Cold War, where basically distrust and intelligence threats were rising. They really played a crucial role in deterring and investigating those kind of threats. The NIS changed to the NCIS in 1993 upon the formation of the NCIS. where basically they changed to the NCIS mainly because mainly to better suit or to better reflect their core responsibilities, but it was also because beforehand the NIS had a was accused of having basically internal issues within the agency. Yeah, it was kind of to start things over again. But yeah, the major change in responsibilities, or the major change from the NIS to the NCIS, is that nowadays the NCIS, unlike back then, focuses on a broader range, on investigating a broader range of crimes. Within the U.S. Navy and the U.S. Marine Corps. So not just those like major, but like pretty much all. So, but anyways, yeah, that's really it for their history. The NCIS enforces the Uniform Code of Military Justice, which is essentially a federal statute that regulates the military and basically sets standards for what the military can and cannot do. Yeah, it's the primary federal law regulating the military. And the point of it is basically to set standards so to set standards for what the military can and cannot do, basically ensuring professionalism, law and order within the military. Now, what this means in simple terms is that any crime the NCIS investigates legally must violate the Uniform Code of Military Justice, since that is the only federal statute that they enforce. Aside from that, NCIS special agents are armed 1811s with the ability to carry firearms, make arrests, and carry out warrants. Yeah, basic federal law enforcement powers. The NCIS itself has domestic wide jurisdiction throughout the United States and its individual territories to, number one, investigate federal crimes regarding the Department of the Navy, and number two, to protect important Department of the Navy officials, such as the Secretary of the Navy, Deputy Secretary of the Navy, and etc. Yeah, that's really it. The NCIS reports to the Secretary of the Navy, or SecNav for short, who reports to the Secretary of Defense, or SecDef for short, who reports to the President of the United States, or POTUS for short. The rank structure of the NCIS from high to low is in the following order: Director, Deputy Director, Executive Assistant Director, Assistant Director, Special Agent in Charge, Assistant Special Agent in Charge, Senior Field Special Agent, and then Field Special Agent. NCIS special agents train for approximately 20 weeks at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in Glencoe, Georgia. The majority of their training revolves around investigative tactics, firearm tactics, physical tactics, and vehicle tactics. Criminal investigative tactics are a very big part of their training. So, yeah. Besides from that, there are two sections or two parts of their training. The first part of their training is known as the Criminal Investigators Training Program, which basically lasts approximately 12 weeks. And yeah. And then the second part of their training is called the Basic Special Agents Training Program, the Basic NCIS Special Agents Training Program, which lasts approximately eight weeks. So yeah, uh, those are the real two courses they go through. But yeah, that's really it for their training. The NCIS works with multiple law enforcement agencies from federal, state, to local. During criminal investigations, they are known to work the most with federal law enforcement agencies, as those are the agencies they typically share concurrent jurisdiction with over criminal investigations. So, specific federal law enforcement agencies they work with include the FBI, DEA, ATF, USMS, ICE, USEG, CBP, USMC CID, USSS. Let's see. Sorry. The DCSA, um, and yeah, much more. For the common question, can the NCIS operate on military property? The answer to that question is yes. The NCIS, just like all federal law enforcement agencies, can operate on military property. In fact, because the NCIS is a federal military investigative agency, their authority on military property and installations is even broader. And this is simply because basically federal military investigative agencies like the NCIS enforce the Uniform Code of Military Justice, which explicitly involves the military, as its name suggests. So their authority involving the military property and military officials is really broad. So yeah.